How many of you guys care so much about what people think of you? Like, this is crazy. It's madness because a lot of you guys have been wanting to start an online business for years. Okay, you've been talking about creating your products and selling them. You've been talking about monetizing your content and monetizing your platforms and building a second stream of income. But because you care so much about what people think of you, you're not posting. Because you care so much about what people think of you, you won't even go live. You keep second guessing your ability to sell. You keep second guessing your ability to create. And that's just craziness to me. It's crazy because the thing is, the people that you're so worried about and their opinions, they don't even pay any of your bills. When was the last time they paid half on your rent? When was the last time they paid half on that phone bill? But you care so much about what people think of you. You're so afraid to live out your dreams and your passions because you're so afraid of what Susie, your high school friend, was is going to say about you and your business. Girl, make it make sense. You should be creating your content. You should be monetizing your platforms and you should be selling your products. And we've got to let go of this fear that you have that's holding you back. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what a lot of y'all have been doing for a very, very, very long time. Okay. Like I said a few minutes ago, you've had these ideas for years. You know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You know exactly what kind of content you want to create, but you let fear dictate your life. It's got to stop. Good morning. That's got to stop. And listen, I used to be scary too, and I used to care what people thought about me and my content. And I realized in the process of caring what other people thought, it stopped me from living my life to the fullest. You guys, we only get one life to live. You only get one. You don't get two, three, and 10 lives. You get one. And a lot of you guys are wasting the one life that you have so concerned about what others think of you. And you won't let go of fear. You've got to let go of fear. You've got to post your videos. You have to live life for you and on your terms and stop caring what other people think about you. And the real reason why we care so much about what people think and their opinions about our business, good morning, is because we're insecure. See, you might put on this front that you are this confident woman, but your actions give something different. Good morning. Your actions are giving insecure. Your actions are giving insecure. And you want to know why you're insecure? You want to know why you care so much about the opinions of other people? I'm going to tell you why. The truth is, you never follow through with the promises you make to yourself. Good morning. You never follow through. You've been talking about this business of yours for years. Girl, shush. Hush. You've been talking about making this content for years. You ain't did it yet. You've been talking about losing weight for years. You've been talking about fixing your credit for years. You haven't done it yet. You keep breaking the promises that you make to yourself. And as a result of that, your confidence starts to deteriorate. It slowly starts to erode at your confidence because what you're doing is telling yourself you're not worthy of the thing. Whatever the thing is that you want to achieve, you're not worthy of it. That's what you're showing yourself by time and time again not showing up for yourself. And that is the result. That's why you're so insecure. That's why you care about the opinions of others. But we've got to change that today. Good morning. We have got to change that today. Listen, I keep telling you guys, any business idea that you have, you can do. You can sell it, you can make the money, but you got to let go of fear. You got to stop caring what people think, and you got to lock in. You got to stop making excuses talking about what you're going to do tomorrow, knowing damn well tomorrow will never show up for you. The time to start is today. Stop breaking the promises that you make to yourself so you can finally have the confidence to show up for yourself and do the thing that you claim you want to do so damn badly. Or you can keep doing what you've been doing. Go ahead and keep making them excuses. Go ahead and keep negotiating with the plan. Go ahead. Keep doing what you've been doing. But just know you're going to keep getting the results that you've been getting. Am I lying? Good morning. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, hello, my name is Coach Jazz. This morning we are going to be building our online business from scratch. Yes, let's go, let's go. Hello. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create and sell your digital product. It would be in your best interest to take notes. In other words, write it down. Because if I know anything about you, you're human. And at the end of the day, life and stresses, and I promise you, you're going to forget. You're going to forget. But if you take notes, if you write it down, anything that I say to you this morning that you happen to forget, you can refer back to those notes and get it done. Okay? The key word of this live, ladies, good morning, is going to be execution. You're going to hear me say this word 10 million times because I need it to stick in your pretty head that not only are we going to talk about the thing, not only are we going to write the thing down, not only are we going to pray about it, but we're going to do it. We are going to execute. All right. Some of y'all, there's a disconnect between watching and doing. You want to watch, but you never want to do. We've got to do. Okay. We got to execute. If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping that screen. YouTube, I see 15 people on this live and only one thumbs up. Make it make sense. TikTok, start double tapping the screen. Believe it or not, the more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, there are a lot of women who have no clue that they're holding themselves back from the goals that they have for their life. I am big on accountability. Let's get the likes up, ladies. Let's go. Let's go. YouTube thumbs up. I see 20 people on here. It takes 1 second to hit that thumbs up. I am big on accountability. I'm not giving you no excuses. Not over here. If you want to feel sorry for yourself, if you want to make excuses, go take that crap somewhere else. Go take it somewhere else because on this live, we are not victims. On this live, we are empowered and you have way more control over your life than what you give yourself credit for. That is the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. My goal is to make you uncomfortable. I want you to be uncomfortable because the discomfort is where the growth takes place. Okay. So, in other words, I'm going to tell you the truth about yourself, but the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat because if you're ready to learn, I am ready to teach. And don't you guys forget, fear on this live stands for fuck everything and run. Okay. And y'all been running for years. Y'all been running for years. You've had this great business idea for years. You've had these content ideas for years. Good morning, YouTube. Let's get the thumbs up in the live. What are we doing? I see 12 people on here. This is about the third time I didn't ask for a thumbs up. Let's go. Let's go. So, what is a digital product and how will we build our business? Let's talk about it. TikTok number 2. Double tap the screen. Let's go. I see y'all there. Thank you, user. How can we start the business? A digital product, ladies, is something you don't have physical possession of. So just think of a movie on Netflix, think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You just don't physically have it in your possession, right? It's all out in the cloud somewhere, okay? You are going to create something to sell, and it can be anything. Please do not overthink. There's something that you're really good at. There's something that you know about. There's something that other people ask of you for free. So, whatever that thing is, that's what I want you to sell. A lot of you guys are doing yourself a disservice because you're overthinking what you already know how to do. And you're trying to convince yourself that what you're good at isn't going to make money. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. It is 2026. You can monetize anything. And I don't have to convince you of that. Just scroll through your For You page and tell me what you see. If other people are monetizing the darndest things, why can't you? Okay. And just so you know, it doesn't have to be an ebook. You could do an e-course, you could do workbooks and journals, you could do affirmation guides, literally whatever you want to sell. I promise you, you can sell. But in order to sell it, you got to let go of fear. Gotta let go of that fear. All right. Now I'm going to give y'all 2 apps, not one, but 2. And these apps will change your entire life if you use them. So not only are you going to download the app, you're going to open it and you're going to use it. Okay. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. While I wait for someone to put a 1 in the chat, TikTok number 2, let's get some thumbs up. YouTube, let's get some thumbs up. I see 12 people on here. Let's go, let's go. It takes 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button. It takes 2 seconds to double tap the screen, ladies. Let's go. It's Wednesday. Dang, we can't even get some hearts on a Wednesday. Make it make sense. While I wait for someone to put a 1 in the chat, let me ask you this and be honest. Just be real. When was the last time you told yourself that I'm going to lock in on my goals today? I'm going to take 20 minutes and I'm going to do something for me. I'm going to move the needle forward with whatever goal I have for myself. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't tell no lies on this live. Some of y'all like, uh, because you don't do it. That's why. You don't do it. You never prioritize yourself in your own life. And that's crazy to me. This is your life. This is your life. And you don't even prioritize yourself in your own life. That's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, listen. You are gonna have to start making yourself a priority in your own life if you want any of this to work. If you want to achieve any goal, I don't care how big or how small, you are going to have to start making yourself a priority. Or what we talk about this morning isn't even going to apply to you because you're not going to do it starting today. You will take 20 minutes and you will work on something for you. No, and you're not going to journal. No. Some of y'all, I'm a journal. No, you done journaled enough. We ain't doing no more journaling. You are all journaled out. You're going to do it. Okay. No more writing it down. No more planning. No more vision boards. I want you to execute it. Okay. Starting today. All right. Good morning. App number one is Canva. Some of y'all love the journal. You don't need a journal no more. Canva. You'll be using this app for everything, okay? So Canva's gonna help you. Maybe you want to create content. Great. Canva has thousands of Instagram reel templates on there for you, okay? Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. If you're not new here, you know I tell y'all every time I'm live to get on YouTube and start your channel. You can get your YouTube thumbnails off of Canva. And YouTube thumbnails, for those of you guys who aren't familiar, is just that picture that you see before you click on the YouTube video itself. This is what draws people's attention to your content. Okay, all of the creators, including myself, are getting them off of Canva. And maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make this morning, and you want to look all professional and branded. Great. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there for you, and they're all 1000% customizable, meaning you can swap out colors, fonts, pictures, do what you do. Okay. Now, before we get into app number two, good morning. I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's holding on to fear. She knows who she is. She's scary as hell. And if you're new here, fear on this live stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you're about to do right now. Because you're already trying to talk yourself out before you even talk yourself in. You're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, I would love to start an online business. Sounds great, but I'm old. I'm not tech savvy. What if it's too late for me? Okay, let me talk to you. Let me hold your hand. First, what I want you to understand is this. You woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Every single day that you wake up means that you were blessed with another day, another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it. Until you are 6 feet under, it is never too late to start your online business. It's never too late to start anything. Okay. Number two, you are extremely tech savvy. This is what I mean by you're insecure as hell. Because listen, you use technology all day because you're on social media all day. Am I lying? You're liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving. That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and you will build your online business. And number three, for my ladies who think they're too old, what did we say? We said we were going to sell our knowledge. So if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things that you could be selling. So get to selling. Okay? All right. If you're ready for app number two, put it two in the chat. I don't want to hear it. You guys are always counting yourself out before you even count yourself in. You never want to give yourself credit. Make it make sense. You are more than capable of getting the stuff done. But them insecurities, that stuff you got going on in that mind of yours is what's holding you back. Gotta fix it. Got to fix it. They driving crazy as hell outside. Gotta fix it. If you're ready for app number two, put a two in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. TikTok, make sure you guys follow me because they do steal my videos. They do make fake accounts and they're gonna turn around and message you. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets because they're coming out to get you. Okay, very good. App number two is Chat GPT. You will be using this for everything. And this is AI, by the way. This is AI, okay? Chat GPT is going to make your life so much easier if you actually use it. So maybe you do want to create content, but you're just not sure what kind of videos to make. No worries, Chat GPT will tell you. Good morning. Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel, but you're just a little camera shy, excuse me, and you're not too sure what to say in the videos. Fine. What if I told you ChatGPT will script the entire video for you? Now all you have to do is say the words. Maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make this morning, but you're just not too sure what to put in it. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end? Ladies, it has never been easier than today to start your online business from scratch. But again, you keep getting in your own way. Your lack of consistency, your lack of discipline, your lack of confidence, your lack of follow through, your lack of self prioritization in your own life. These are the reasons why it's not getting done. And we've got to fix it. Okay. So I gave you Canva and I gave you Chat GPT. Now we have to put it together and write it. If you're ready for prompt number one, go ahead and put ready in the chat. YouTube. YouTube. Let's get some thumbs up in this live, please. I see 15 people on here. We only got 2 thumbs up. Make it make sense. If you're ready for prompt number one, go ahead and put ready in the chat. It takes 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button, ladies. It takes 2 seconds. What are we doing? The more we interact with these lives, the more of these lives will get pushed out to more people. YouTube, y'all are typically my most interactive. I don't know what's been going on this past week, but y'all been quiet. Y'all here, but you're quiet. You're not commenting, you're not thumbs upping, you're not doing nothing. Make it make sense. All right. So you're going to open up the Chat GPT app. And here we go. Prompt number one. You're going to type this in. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is your opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Happy hump day. Good morning, good morning. And while I wait for someone to put got that in the chat, let me ask you and be honest. We're not lying to ourselves today. We're going to tell ourselves the truth. When was the last time you told yourself that you were proud of you? When was the last time you told yourself that you're amazing? When was the last time you told yourself that everything you touch turns to gold? Oh, some of y'all disrespect the hell out yourself. Some of y'all are your biggest bullies. Some of y'all are your meanest critics. Excuse me. That's gotta stop. That's gotta stop. The way we talk to ourselves determines how we show up for ourselves. And if you speak to yourself disrespectfully, you're not going to show up for yourself in a respectful manner. You're going to make excuses. You're going to tell yourself how stupid you are and what you can't do. You're going to procrastinate because that's how you talk to yourself. Starting right now, you are going to start putting some respect on your name and you are going to start speaking your affirmations all day, every day, all day long. I want you to be reminding yourself how amazing you are, how smart you are, how beautiful you are. It's not up for debate. I want you to be arrogant. I want you to be conceited because when you start speaking to yourself positively, then you start showing up for yourself positively. And now you actually feel good about yourself. You need that feel good energy to actually show up for yourself and get the things done that you claim you've always wanted to do. Okay? We have to speak our affirmations. It's not up for discussion. Okay? Okay. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solve a problem. You're going to hit enter. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move any further, I want you guys to write this word down. This says consistent. Write it down. And then after you write it down, I need you to underline it. And then I need you to go ahead and circle it because starting today, you and I are going to lock in on the true definition of this word consistent. Because believe it or not, a lot of you guys are extremely confused. So I'm going to go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means when you feel like it. Some of y'all think consistent means if you have time, if you're not too busy. No, no. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, I want you working on your business, your goals, your weight loss, whatever the goal is, 4 out of the 7 days a week. That is the new standard. Whether you want to do 20 minutes, whether you want to do 10 hours, I don't care how much time, but what you will do is start spending time working on your business consistently. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time. That is a lie that you tell yourself so you can feel good about the decisions that you make. You have more than enough time because a lot of you guys are on social media all day long, doom scrolling. Am I lying? If you have time to watch these lives, you have time to work on your business. If you have time to watch YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video, you have more than enough time to work on your business. If you have time to be caught up on your favorite TV shows like The Housewives and Love Island, then you have more than enough time to work on your business. You are going to have to start showing up for your business consistently in order for any of this to work. If you don't want to be consistent, then just leave now. Don't waste any more of your precious, valuable time here. You got to be consistent. You have to be consistent. She said, I love Love Island. See, that's my point. That is my point. So we got to be consistent. 4 out of the 7 days. That is the new standard. Now, let's make consistency easy because life is hard enough. Okay. Life is life and stress is stressing and then bills is piling up. So let's make consistency easy so we can actually get it done this time. Okay. Here's the secret. I want you to choose a business idea and something that you actually like to do. Okay. Because when things don't feel like work, you're more likely to do it because now you have something to look forward to. So I want you to go through that list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you really have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that you would love to talk about all day, every day, if you could get paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. See, a lot of you guys make things way more complicated than it has to be because you're choosing niches and things that you don't know anything about. How can you consistently make content in something you don't even know what the hell you're talking about? That doesn't even make any sense. So it's going to be hard for you to be consistent because you're struggling just to create one video because it's not even something that you know how to do. But when you choose things that you actually like, that you have a passion for, it is so much easier to show up and do it consistently. Okay? So only pick ideas that you truly enjoy. And if ChatGPT gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, fine, just ask for 10 more. And keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. Okay? All right. One more thing before we move forward, and this is critical. This is critical. If you don't remember shit else I say this morning on this beautiful Wednesday, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Good morning. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget that. A lot of you guys spread yourself too thin. You got your hands in so many different ideas. It's crazy. You want to start this business, that business, this business, a hair business, a nail business, a catering business, a cleaning business, an online business. You want to sell bundles. You have your hands in too many baskets and nothing is getting done. I need you to pick one idea. One. Not five, one. Out of all of the ideas that you have, one. And that one idea that you choose, you better be ready to rock with it for the next 5 years. Not 5 days, not 5 months, 5 years. I'm going to tell you the truth. The only way that you will be successful, and whatever success means for you, whatever it means for you, is when you only do one thing. One thing, one idea. And you will stick with that idea for 5 years. Money flows where energy goes. When you give all of your energy to one idea, you actually progress. Okay? So no more spreading yourself thin. No more trying to create 5 businesses. No more giving up on one business after 48 hours and starting another one. You are going to be locked into that one idea for the next 5 years. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care if you don't feel like doing it. That's the idea you chose, and you're going to finish it out. One idea. Okay? Money flows where energy goes. When you start putting all the energy into that one idea, the money flows right behind it. I cannot make this up. No more spreading yourself too thin. No more overcomplicating. Choose one idea, not 5. Okay? Okay. Money flows, energy goes. After you choose digital product idea, you want to use one idea. You will then type this in the chat. Good morning. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. If you got that, got that in the chat. Hello, hello. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine. I'm so glad to have you. We are building our online business this morning. But most importantly, we are building ourselves. Ladies, we are building our consistency, our discipline, our confidence, our follow through, our self-respect. Yes, write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. This is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business from scratch because ChatGPT literally wrote this ebook for you. Now all you have to do is copy and paste. You will literally copy what ChatGPT gave you and you will paste it into your Canva template. So open up the Canva app. In the search, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They are all 1000% customizable, meaning you can swap out colors, fonts, pictures, all of the things. You will copy and paste. Now, for my ladies who love to overthink, you know who you are. You know exactly who you are. And I don't even know how you function like that because you overthink all day. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. It's not getting you anywhere. She said, me, I know. I know. And I want you to write this down. This says KISS, KISS. This is an acronym, this is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple Silly. Keep it simple, silly. No more overthinking, no more overcomplicating things. The only thing I need for your ebooks to be is clean, simple, and legible. That's it. Clean, simple, legible. As long as it's those three things, it's good to go. You will copy and paste. Now, once you have finished copying and pasting and you love the way the ebook looks, you will download it as a PDF file. PDF, okay? You will then upload the file to your hosting site. Y'all better be taking these notes. Y'all ready? Number one is Stan Store. Number two is Etsy. Number three is Beacons. Number four is Gumroad. And number five is Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there's thousands of more out there. These are some of the most popular ones, okay? And your product only needs to be on one of these, not all five. If you've got all of this, go ahead and put got that in the chat. Thank you, Michelle. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Now, while I wait for someone to put got that in the chat, I do want to talk to you real quick about something I've noticed about us human beings. One thing I have noticed is we love our comfort zone. She said, hey, y'all, new here. Love the info. Good morning, Michelle. One thing I've noticed is we love our comfort zone. We love our comfort zone, Chad. And in case you didn't know, your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's the things that you do every day, the people that you talk to, the environments that you frequent, the distractions that you have, the excuses that you make, the vices, alcohol, gambling. It's just your comfort zone. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis, every other day, whatever it is, you do it all the time. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. But notice that the life we want for ourselves and our family isn't in that comfort zone. The financial freedom that you claim you want so badly is not in that comfort zone. That business that you claim you want so badly is not in your comfort zone. If it was, you would have it already. That confidence, that self-respect, that self-love that you crave, it's not in your comfort zone. That peace that you're looking for, it's not in your comfort zone. If it was, you wouldn't be here. You would be out living your best life. You would not be scrolling on social media all day. I don't care what you rank as success. Whether success to you is good health, whether success to you is a certain dollar amount, whether success to you is financial freedom, whether success to you is a particular career path, it doesn't matter what it is. The people who are most successful to you are not on social media all day. No, they're not. They are out living their life. But you're here, scrolling all day, wasting your precious, valuable time because you refuse to get out of your comfort zone. See, scrolling and social media is your comfort zone. Consuming information all day and doing nothing with it, that is your comfort zone. Journaling about what you want, that's your comfort zone. Some of y'all journal all day. What are you journaling? What are you even writing down? You're just writing down thoughts that aren't getting done. You are wasting your time. That is your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is making vision boards, but not doing anything to actually get the thing done. You are going to have to take a half an inch out your comfort zone if you truly want to live the life that you claim you want to live. If you truly want the freedom, if you truly want the business, if you truly want to lose weight, you are going to have to decide to do something a little bit different, slowly but surely, every single day to get you to your overall goal. If you spend 4 hours a day on social media, cut it down to 3.5. Just cut it down to 3.5. And in the 30 minutes that you're no longer scrolling, you could be doing this. If you scroll for 2 hours a day, cut it down to one. And that other hour that you would have been scrolling, you can lock into this. You are going to have to decide to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something a little bit different every single day, just a little bit. I'm not asking you for a lot, just a little bit to slowly get you to where you want to be. Just imagine where you would be in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, that's 14 days. If you just took 30 minutes a day, just imagine where you'd be in 6 months. Just imagine what kind of life you would live a year from now if you just committed every single day to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something a little bit different. Wow, you would be living a good life. You would feel amazing about yourself. I can't make this up. Gotta leave that comfort zone because the life you want isn't there. It's not there. Okay? All right. Now, back to these hosting sites. I use Stan Store. I love Stan. Stan is great, but Stan Store is very expensive, okay? Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you're brand new to all of this, you just getting started today, Stan Store is not for you, so go ahead and cross that out. Instead, I want you to use Gumroad because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this. You're going to make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and most importantly, you promised you were going to execute, meaning you're going to get off the app. You're going to close the app. You're going to do it. Okay? Not journal, not think about it. You're going to do it. Okay? And when you do start making money, then transfer everything over to Stan Store later because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance today if you didn't know. Buy now, pay later, taking over. Taking over. Okay. Buy now, pay later includes Klarna, Afterpay, Sezzle, QuadPay, Affirm, PayPal got one. I even saw that American Express and Capital One are going to be creating one as well. And if you have a buy Zip, yes. If you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, I promise you, you will make more because that is the new preferred payment plan. They're using it more than credit cards. Okay. But for now, you will start with what you have. So you will start on Gumroad, you will build your business, and you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later when you're making more money. Okay? So what we just did was we made our ebook. That's what we did. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together, and we made it. And then we uploaded it to our hosting site. Now we have to sell it. We've got to sell it. And I'm going to be honest with you, sales is 80% of the business. 80. That is more than half, which means we have to get sales right or there will not be a business. Okay? But before we get into sales, I need to make something crystal clear to you. Thank you, Aroma. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook that we just did should not take you longer than 2 hours to do. 2 hours. Thank you. It really shouldn't take you longer than one, but I'm going to give you grace and I'm going to give you two. And just so you know, on my live, I don't care what your age is. Age ain't nothing but a number over here. I don't care how old you are, okay? I don't give a damn. Because what you're not going to do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. And I know you know how to copy and paste because you copy and paste the links to the reels that you find so funny in the group chats. So you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to finish this ebook, you and I have a serious problem that we have to fix today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, today, right now. One of the issues that you might be struggling with, and I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know. You're going to be a perfectionist, right? hmm So what that means is everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink your brilliant idea and second guess your greatness. And then when you do finally decide to get started, you're going to take things out. You're going to put things back. You're going to get irritated and frustrated and have all this OCD because it's still not perfect and give up on it again. And then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you will never get back. Just to second guess your greatness and second guess your brilliant idea all over again. And when you do finally decide to reset and restart for the umpteenth time, this time what you're going to go do is ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they're not even business owners. Half these people aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. You want to know why? Because you're insecure as hell. And then when they finally do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you haven't done shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never, ever, ever get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Look, look. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that's just what I do best. And I'm going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you. Just know I'm saying it out of love. Ma'am, you are not perfect at all. You are flawed. I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect at all, and everybody is flawed. See, what you really are is scary as hell. You are still living in fear. And what do we say? On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of failing. And all of this fear that you have is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck. And this fear that you refuse to let go of is stealing your dream life from you. It is literally stealing it. Because let's be real, you already know what side of town you want to live on. You already know what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. You know exactly how much money you want to leave in savings, to have in savings. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your family when you're no longer here. You know all the things. You have prayed and prayed and prayed again. God heard you the first time. But every day that you hold on to fear, you're not living that life. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, why we have all of these excuses and this procrastination, it's because we are self sabotaging. That's what all this is. Self sabotage. We are doing this to ourselves. That is why I keep telling you, you are getting in your own way. It is you versus you. You are holding yourself back. And the reason why we self sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if what you're working on doesn't work. If you put yourself out there, if you try something new, if you post your content, and if you don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will self sabotage to avoid feeling that feeling. You will self sabotage by convincing yourself that you don't have time. Listen, that is a bold faced lie that you tell yourself to feel better about the decisions that you make. Because let's be real, you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time. If you have time to scroll on these apps all day like you already do, you have plenty of time to work on your business. If you have time to binge watch your favorite movies and TV shows, you have plenty of time to work on your business. If you have time to be at happy hour, if you have time to gossip on the phone, you have more than enough time to work on your business. But you will self sabotage and claim that you don't. Because if you let go of that excuse, if you let go of the I'm too busy excuse, well, then that means you would actually have to get it done. And you're terrified of putting time to something. And if you don't get the results that you want in the time frame in which you feel entitled to them, you will feel disappointment. And you're scared of that feeling. So you will continue to self sabotage and say, I'm too busy. You will self sabotage and hang out and hang around toxic people who use you and abuse you. And you refuse to cut ties. Because let's be clear, you already know deep down inside that's not your friend. You already know deep down inside they don't love you. You already know deep down inside some of your family members are toxic as hell. You know you should have been sliced and diced. But you will self sabotage and hold on to these dynamics that are draining you because you are so afraid that if you let that person out your life, well, what would happen? Who would I be without my friend who I've been friends with for 20 years? Who would I be without my boyfriend who uses me and abuses me? Who would I be if I let go of those family members? I'll tell you exactly who you would be. You would be a person who feels a lot better about themselves. That's who you'd be. You would be a person who is now pouring that energy back into yourself because you're not handing out to ungrateful people. That's who you would be. And you would be a woman who actually gets things done because you're not pouring into people who don't value you. But you're so afraid of feeling disappointment if you lock in and do this and if it doesn't work. So you will continue to self sabotage and hold on to dynamics that are not serving you. Self sabotage. That's what all this is. But I'm confused because earlier you said that you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that overworks you and underpays you. You said you were tired of being insecure. You were tired of not having confidence. You were tired of always giving up on yourself. That's what you said. But every day that you live like that, you are still living in disappointment because there's still things going on in your life that you're not 1000% happy with. I'm trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we do not change. How can we bring more money into the household and stop living paycheck to paycheck if there's no products to sell? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we start to have confidence in ourselves? How can we start to self respect and self love if we keep breaking the promises that we make to ourselves? You can't. You can't. So, you are going to launch your products as is. And I need you to understand that it will never be perfect. You could work on this ebook for another 20 years, and I promise you, it will still not be perfect because you are not perfect. So it is impossible for you to make something perfectly. But here's the caveat: the more you do something, the better you get. The more content you post, the better your content will get. The more products, thank you, that you launch in the future, the better your products will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. But it still will never be perfect. all of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better over the years. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. They were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. They didn't always have their own production company making movies and TV series that are now winning Emmys and Oscars today. And they damn sure didn't always have wrestling on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You used to have to make a list of the movies you wanted to see, and these were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch it as many times as you wanted, and when you were ready for that next movie, you had to mail that movie back. They did not wait until they could afford the fanciest software. They launched with what they had. And the longer they ran their business, the more customers they got. The more customers they got, the more money they made. The more money they made, the more money they were able to reinvest back into the business to make it even better. But it's still not perfect today. We all have complaints. They keep raising the price, and there's still nothing on there to watch. Netflix is $1 billion business, ladies, not million, billion. Good morning, Trina. And if they had a messy middle, why do you think you won't? You will. And you will launch regardless. Okay? Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you're distracted as fuck. Listen, I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I have accepted that. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people are not really looking for solutions to their problems. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Most people, especially on TikTok, are just looking to pass time. That's it. They are just looking to complain and vent to whoever is willing to listen. But the minute you present them with the very solution to the problem that they claim they had, they bail. They're out. Because they were never looking for help in the first place. They are content with wasting time. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. No. I am here to help the woman who truly wants to change her life. But in order to truly change your life, I have to make you aware of what you've been doing. I have to tell you the truth. Self-awareness is key. And believe it or not, most people are not self-aware. So here's the truth so we can fix it together. When you get off of work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally have self-respect and self-love. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally develop self-confidence and follow through with the promises that you made to yourself. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to feel good about who you are. But you make the choice not to. You choose to scroll social media all night, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we hold on to all of these distractions in the first place, social media, gambling, drinking, video games, all of these distractions that we have, the reason why we do it is because we're trying to escape. That's what all this is, escapism. And the reason we are trying to escape is because there are things about our life that we are not 1000% happy with. And instead of you being a grown woman and fixing it, you choose to run from it. But let me ask you, and let's just be honest. How is that working out? Is it working? Is what you're doing working? Just tell yourself the truth for once. How do you know? Well, how do you feel? I'm big on energy. And everything you need to know is in how you feel. How do you feel? When your alarm goes off in the morning, are you excited to start your day or are you dreading it? Do you feel anxious and sad or do you feel happy and at peace? Just ask yourself, how do you feel on average? Because if what you're doing is not working, then this is confirmation that it's time to change something. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So if what you're doing is not working for you, then that means it's time to change something. Instead of trying to escape a life that you are not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from? Oh. So this is what you're going to do today, not tomorrow, not Monday, not next week, not next month, not 2027. You don't have to journal about it first. You're going to do it today. Today, you are going to turn the TV off. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Close the apps. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You are going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to go to Starbucks because you find a way to get distracted there. You're going to start your ebook and then you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You're not coming back. You're going to start it and then you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of these instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, there is no point in talking about sales if we don't have nothing to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. If I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, double tap the screen, YouTube thumbs up the live. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women have no clue that they're holding themselves back. They want to play victim. They're blaming everyone and everything. They refuse to look at the woman in the mirror and recognize that they're the reason why. But there's power in that because when you recognize that you're the reason why, you are giving yourself the power to fix it. You cannot change other people, but you can always change yourself. Okay. Now, I told you guys a few minutes ago, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half. So we got to get this right, or there will not be a business. But I also got to tell you this, sales is where most people fail. Good morning. They fail at sales. Okay. Now, before you run away and freak out and start trying to convince yourself that sales is so hard, chill out. Sales is not hard. Sales is actually very, very easy. But people's mindset and the things they think in regards to sales is what makes sales so hard for them. So in order to sell something, we have to first fix our headspace around sales. See, a lot of you guys, for those of y'all who do have a product, are struggling to sell your product because you're saying things to yourself like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to be annoying. What if people unfollow me because I'm talking about my product too much? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay, well, in order to sell something, we got to clear all that up. So, first and foremost, selling is not begging, selling is solving. Okay? People have a problem, you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So get that out your head right now. Number two, you don't have a choice but to talk about your product consistently and who you are, what you do, and how you can help people because people are extremely forgetful. Ladies, everyone is living their own life. Life is life and stress is stressing for everybody. And like you, most people are on social media all day. So they are being bombarded with content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed every single day. You have to consistently remind people who you are, what you do, and how you can help them so they can even begin to remember. Otherwise, they will forget. Why do you think I keep telling you to take notes on this line? I keep saying, write this down, write this down. Why? Because I already know you're human and you're going to forget. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when you do forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done. Why do you think I keep telling you guys that the keyword of this live is execution? How many times have you guys heard me say, get off of these apps? How many times have you guys heard me say, stop journaling? How many times have you guys heard me say, do it? Because I needed to stick in your pretty head that you have to do it or it's not going to happen. Psychology has proven the more you hear something, the more it sticks. You have to remind people consistently about your products and services and how you can help them if you even want them to begin to remember. She said, I went on a joy journey and changed my life. I show others how to do the same. Let's go, let's go. You have to be consistent, okay? You have to remind people. All of your favorite businesses that you spend money with today are consistently reminding people who they are, what they do, and how they can help them. Look at Fashion Nova. I don't know if you're familiar with the company or not, but the minute you give them your email, they email you about 30 times a day. The minute you give them your phone number, they are texting you about 20 times a day to remind you about the same 20% off sale that they always have, to remind you about the same free shipping sale that they always have. Do you really think they're worried about you thinking they're being annoying? No. Why? Because they know they have a solution to your problem. They know you want to look fashionable on a budget. And they will continue to email you all day. And they will continue to text you all day. And every time you get paid, you will continue to buy their clothes. Am I lying? Am I lying? She said that's true. I know. I just got an email about the same 20% off sale. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I have been doing this full time for 6 years. You might have found me on Facebook. I got multiple YouTube channels, TikTok, Instagram, Threads. I'm all over the internet. How is it that I'm able to show up consistently every single day and talk about Glow Up Academy without worrying about people thinking I'm begging them for money, without worrying about people thinking I'm being annoying and unsubscribing from my channels because I'm doing too much? How am I able to do that? Because I know I have a solution to people's problems. People want to become more disciplined and consistent so that they actually reach their goals. I work with them every single day inside of Glow Up Academy. People want to become more confident. They want to become the version of themselves that actually follows through and doesn't care what people think. I work with them every single day inside of Glow Up Academy. People want to build their online business. They want to monetize their platforms. They want to monetize their content. They want to sell their products. I work with them every single day inside of Glow Up Academy. If people think I'm being annoying because I'm doing too much, they can unfollow. Respectfully, I don't give a damn. One thing I know about people is this: people do not change until the pain of change outweighs the pain of staying the same. In other words, until they hit a brick wall. A lot of people complain about their problems, but they're content with their problems. They may not be happy with being broke, but they're content with it. They may not be happy with being insecure, but they're content with it. They haven't hit their brick wall. But when they do, they always come back. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell and they sell a lot. Because Fashion Nova has that energy with their products and services, they sell and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you're going to have the same energy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, let's talk about sales. If you're ready for sales tip number one, go ahead and put a one in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. She said, do you find time for yourself with everything you do? That's funny. She said, how do I deal with burnout? Do you find time for yourself? Let me tell you the truth about entrepreneurship. This is the cold, hard truth. There's no days off. I haven't had a day off in 6 years. I don't have Christmas off. I don't have Thanksgiving off. I work on my business every single day. Now, are some days lighter than others? Sure. I'm not full throttle every single day, but I think it's crazy to take a full 24 hours. You get 24 hours in a day, right? Take a full 24 hours and not do one thing for your business? Not one thing. So you mean to tell me in 24 hours you can't take 30 seconds and record a video? You mean to tell me in 24 hours you can't take 20 minutes and respond to comments? Really? You mean to tell me in 24 hours you can't open up your laptop and respond to your students or send out some emails in 24 hours? You mean to tell me you can't do not one or two things for your business? Really? Really? You got 24 hours. No, no. You can always spend 30 minutes on your business. And that's why I tell you guys to choose something that you truly love to show up for, because it doesn't feel like work. When you run a business around something that you truly love to do, you can't even imagine spending an entire 24 hours and not doing something for it. Doesn't happen. The people who get burnt out are the people who were doing things they didn't even want to do in the first place. They only started that business because they thought they'd make quick money. That's why they got burnt out. Okay? All right. Sales tip number one: content is king and distribution is queen. Content is king, distribution is queen. So let's break this down so it makes sense. Let's start with the content is king part, okay? Content is anything that you upload to social media, okay? So pictures, reels, long form YouTube videos, If you go live, statuses that you post on Facebook, Threads, Twitter, all of that is content. And the content that we create, that's how we're going to get the word out about our products and services. That's how we're going to let people know how we can help them. Okay, through our content. And content is king because remember, we said people are extremely forgetful. So we have to consistently remind people who we are, what we do, and how we can help them so they even remember. Okay. Now, I do want you guys to adapt a new mindset. I used to be the entrepreneur that had this mindset of go hard or go home. If you sleep, you don't want it bad enough. You can sleep when you're dead. Just go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. Okay. I used to have that mindset. And that mindset is very toxic. That is very toxic. It's not going to get you far. The new mindset that I have adopted over the past few years, and I want you to start incorporating this today, right now, is you're going to crawl before you walk, and you're going to walk before you run. In other words, you're going to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get you to your overall goal. Okay? In other words, we're not going to allow ourselves to feel overwhelmed anymore because what happens is when you create this long list of to-dos, you no longer know where to start. And then you get frustrated and you start to feel overwhelmed and then you just don't do shit. You freeze and then nothing gets done. So we're going to crawl before we walk, walk before we run. We're going to take a half inch out of our comfort zone and slowly but surely get to our overall goal. For those of you guys who are struggling to post content consistently, a lot of you guys, the reason why you're struggling with posting content consistently is because you're actually camera shy. So it's damn near impossible for you to post content consistently until we overcome the camera shyness first. Okay? So if you're struggling with camera shyness, this is what I want you to start doing today. Today, what I want you to do is sit in front of your phone or your camera, whatever you're going to be recording on, and I want you to start recording yourself. This is not to post. This is just for you to get out of your camera shyness. I want you to sit in front of it multiple times a day. You can do 30-second increments. You could do 5-minute increments. You could do 30-minute increments. I don't care how much time, but I want you to spend multiple times a day sitting in front of your phone and talking to it. You can cook in front of it, clean in front of it, work out in front of it, but the more you spend time in front of your camera, the quicker you will get out of your camera shyness. Because anything that you do over and over and over and over again, you get better at. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time. I don't give you that excuse over here. Go take that excuse somewhere else. Because again, if you have time to scroll on these apps all damn day, you have more than enough time to do this. If you just log in doing this every single day, multiple times a day, I promise you, you will not be camera shy in the next 2 weeks. I promise you that'll be right up out your system. Now, once you have gotten under your camera shyness and you're no longer feeling awkward or cringe, now we're going to take a half an inch out of our comfort zone because now your new comfort zone is being in front of the camera. Now we're going to take a half an inch out and we're going to commit to posting just one 30-second TikTok video a week. Just one, 30 seconds. That means there's 7 days in a week. That gives you 7 days to get on ChatGPT and get some video ideas. That gives you 7 days to let ChatGPT script your video for you if you don't know what to say. That gives you 7 days to play around with the TikTok editing and edit the damn 30-second video. That gives you 7 days to build up enough courage to hit upload. That is more than enough time. Once you have consistently started posting once a week, now we're going to take a half an inch out of that comfort zone. We're going to up it to 2. Once you're consistently posting 2 times a week, then we'll take a half inch out that comfort zone. Now we're going to up it to 3. Next thing you know, over the course of 1 or 2, maybe 3 months, you are now posting content consistently. You're a totally different person than you were 3 months ago. all because you decided to slowly but surely take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and just do something a little bit different every single day. Just imagine how far your business would be in a year from now if you just take that approach. Exactly. Okay. She said, do you provide the proper way to set up social to get monetized? Yes, all inside of Glow Up Academy. Okay. Now, distribution is queen. Not only are we going to work on building at least 3 platforms, excuse me, and not only are we going to work on posting content consistently, we're going to also lock in on building 3 platforms. Why 3? Because 1 is too close to none. That's why. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You would be sitting there freaking out, trying to figure out how you're going to pay your bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they did last year, what would you do? You would be freaking out like all of the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok account. I teach my students that we have got to stay proactive so we are not reactive. In other words, we have to stay ready. And no, it is not hard to build 3. Get out your head, please. The same exact video that you post on TikTok, you will also put it on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you want to be. Okay, it takes an extra 5 minutes. I do it all day. I promise you it's not hard. Now, which platform should you grow? That's up to you. You got a lot of options, okay? I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. So if you find yourself always on TikTok, start TikTok. Obviously, you like this app so much because you're always here, and then just choose 2 more. But I am going to tell you this in case you didn't know. YouTube is the most watched platform. It is YouTube. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. So I'm going to always urge and encourage my students to start their YouTube channel. I actually started on Instagram and YouTube. I've been on YouTube for 6 years now. Start your YouTube channel. I just got on TikTok like 2 years ago. Start your YouTube channel. If everybody is watching YouTube, why are you not creating on YouTube? Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing. Start your YouTube channel. Now, before we move into sales tip number 2, I do want to speak to the woman who's still holding on to fear. If you're new here, fear on my live stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you're ready to do. You're ready to run away because you're scary. You're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, I'm so glad I found you. I needed to hear this morning. And everything you're saying sounds amazing. I would love to start an online business, but I don't know. You're telling me to post consistently. You're telling me to build 3 platforms. You're telling me to make my own digital product. I don't know, Jazz. I want to, but I just don't think I can. And honestly, this just sounds really, really, really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away from your brilliant idea, like you always do, just listen. The very first thing I want you to know is this. I don't have the ability to convince you to do anything. I don't have that ability, so I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to waste my time. If you want to believe that posting content consistently is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. It's hard. If you want to believe that building 3 platforms is hard, then okay, your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that using AI to help you create your digital product is hard, then fine, you're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you that the life you're currently living is also hard. Dragging yourself to a job that you absolutely hate every single day is hard. That is hard. Robbing Patrice to pay Paula, making payment arrangement after payment arrangement after payment arrangement, and still not knowing if you're going to have the money on that arrangement day. Now that is hard. Crying every single day because you are so stressed, because you are so unhappy is hard. That is hard. Knowing deep down in your soul, you can feel with everything you have that there is something better for you, but you're not living it. Now that is hard. That is hard. And you live like that every single day. And see, that's what fear will do. That right there. And you let it. You let fear convince you that you can't do any of this, but look at what you're already doing that's 10 times harder than this. Ladies, there is nothing that I said this morning that anyone can't do. There's not one thing that I said that you cannot do. You are working yourself up and you are letting fear convince you that you can't do this, but look at what you're already doing that's 10 times harder. One thing I've noticed about women, and I used to be the exact same way, is we have this toxic tendency to never want to give ourselves credit where credit is due. Let me ask you, and be honest, when was the last time you told yourself that you were proud of you? That you were proud of all of the things that you've overcome? When was the last time you told yourself that you're amazing? Some of y'all don't even know because you never talk to yourself that way. And that's crazy because life's for everybody. Let's be real. Everybody has had moments in life that were hard as hell. And in those moments, we had no clue how we were going to overcome. Not no clue. We got through some really dark times. But guess what? You got through it. You got through it because you're still here today. So you have already proven to yourself how strong you really are. You have already proven to yourself how resilient you really are. Because if you weren't strong, if you weren't resilient, you would not have gotten through whatever you got through, but you did. But you never want to give yourself credit for your strength. You never want to give yourself credit for your resilience. And that's a problem. This is why I keep stressing the importance of building confidence. This is what I spend so much time with helping women do every single day because this is a lack of confidence issue. That's what all this is. All of this is insecurities because time and time and time again, you keep making promises to yourself and then you break them. And this is the result of that. All of the times that you told yourself you were going to start a business and you didn't do it, you are tearing away at your confidence. Every time that you tell yourself that you're going to create your content, you're going to sell your products, and you don't do it, you are tearing yourself down to the point where you don't even believe any of this is possible. Excuse me. And this is why I keep telling you that you have to keep the promises that you make to yourself. It's a non-negotiable because this is the result of all of that. This is the result of that. Not even believing that you can do this, but look at what you already do. You were sitting here doubting your ability to record a 30-second TikTok video and hit upload. Really? 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 You were literally sitting here doubting your ability to copy some words that AI wrote for you and paste them into a pre-made Canva template. Really? Really? You are literally doubting your ability to take a video that you posted on TikTok and throw it on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube Shorts, all under 5 minutes. Really? Really? This is a lack of confidence. That's what all this is. Because you keep breaking the promises that you make to yourself every single day. That's got to change. And look, I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps who are living really tough times right now, and they are still showing up, building their business. There are women on these apps who have more children than you, no help. And they are still showing up, building their business. There are people on these apps who got laid off, who lost their house, who got evicted, they got foreclosed on. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, they are still showing up, building their business. So let me ask you, if they can do it, why can't you? Well, I'm going to tell you why. You want to know why? The truth is, they chose to let go of fear. And you choose to hold on to that fear every single day. That's the only difference. It's not because they're more talented than you. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's not because they have more help than you. It's not because they have more money than you. It's not because they have more time than you. It's only because they made the decision to let go of fear and you choose not to. That is the truth. That is the only reason why. That's the only reason why. And look, my online business changed my whole life. I can't make this up. I've been doing this full time since COVID in 2020, 6 years. Made more money than I ever could have imagined from my cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi Fi. For the first time in my life, I have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. I have purpose now. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have confidence now. But before all of this, before COVID, no. Mm-mm. I used to live a totally different life. I used to be extremely insecure, miserable. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I used to be broke as hell. I used to be depressed and anxious. I had a 9 to 5 that I absolutely hated. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I had bought into the American Dream blueprint that they sold all of us. But I bought in back in high school because, see, society told me that if I went off to college and got my 4 year bachelor's degree, I would be able to graduate and get a good job with benefits and stability. I'd be able to make more than enough money to travel a few times a year, save for a house, and put extra money into my 401k savings plan so that when I do get too old to work, then I can retire with dignity and live out the rest of my years in peace. That's what they said. So I said, okay, let's do it. I went off to college and got my 4-year degree. My mom told me to go. My friends were going, so I went. I did the whole dorm room experience, stayed 2 hours away from home. 4 years later, I graduated, got my bachelor's degree. That degree cost me $40,000. So I'm already starting life in the negatives. Moved back home like most college graduates do. I had to move back home and look for a job. 6 months later, I got my first full-time job with benefits. I was so excited. I was 23 years old. They're about to give me PTO, paid time off. So I'm going to get paid to not be at work. Wow. Never had that before. Full time, they were giving me health insurance and they were going to be paying me $60,000 a year. This was before COVID. So before inflation, I'm 23 years old. I don't have any kids. I thought I was about to be rich as hell. So I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to be a grown woman and do grown woman things. So I went out and got my own place. Didn't stop there. No. I do what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car. See, I already had a car and my car was paid off. My grandma got me that car when I graduated high school. I had the title in hand. It got me from point A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. But the car was extremely old. No leather seats, no push to start, no touchscreen on the dash. So I had to upgrade to match my new upgraded life, right? Yeah, duh. So I decided to get me a brand new Dodge Charger. Couldn't tell me shit. My grandma told me not to do it. My mom told me not to do it. But me being 23, what do they know? I did it. Got my brand new car. And we all know with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance, expensive gas. My car payment was $450 a month. Mhm. So now here I am paying all my bills for the month. I am broke. Broke as hell. I could not afford to travel anywhere. I could not afford to put extra money into a 401k savings plan. I could barely afford to eat. That's how broke I was. Then I had another problem. I had to start paying back them student loans. See, at 23, I thought it was all fun and games. Okay, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back for some student loans because everyone has student loans, right? It's just the American way. Girl, the government is not playing with you when it comes to them student loans. They will give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They will not call you and they will not send letters. But best believe at that 6 month mark hit, they want to see them tax returns because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper that I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, so no children, they said I should have no problem paying $400 a month. I'm like, what? $400 a month? Yep. And it's not up for negotiation. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit dropped 520. So that American dream of home ownership, that won't gonna happen for me. Who gonna give me a mortgage loan with a 520 credit score? Nobody. Not till I fix that. And just so you know, you can't bankrupt those student loans. And keep playing if you want to. They will garnish your check. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. And I had one last problem. I hated my job. Nowhere in that American dream blueprint did they tell me I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, I'm not going to lie. Okay. I grew up very sheltered. And in my early 20s, I was extremely naive. I believed anything that anyone told me because my mindset back then was, well, why would you lie? I went into the interview and my supervisor who interviewed me told me that even though the department was all women, and even though I was going to be the youngest one there was no drama. They all got along. They were one big old happy work family and they truly loved each other. So I went into the department believing that was true. I learned that in corporate America, People are fake, and you gotta watch them because they slick with it. See, what they'll do is they'll kiki and caca with you in the break room, but don't get confused. That's not your friend. They will even opt to hang out with you off the clock. So they're not even paid to be around you. But they will want to hang out with you for happy hour. They will invite you to their house. They will invite you to their weddings and their baby showers so you can meet their family. But do not get confused. That's not your friend. And they don't like you. It's weird. They will even spend their hard earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, what they do is they all put together some money and they buy you a gift with the money that they worked for, but they don't like it. I don't know. For the holidays, they will do Thanksgiving potlucks. So everybody brings a dish, and then we all sit down in the break room and we sing Kumbaya and act like we're one big old happy work family. But don't get confused, they don't like you. And all you have to do is piss off the right one. Just piss off the right one if you want to, and they will make sure that every single day you work there will be a living nightmare. Now, I take full responsibility for the role I played. Okay. I made friends with a woman who was 31 years old. I was 23, and we became best friends. We used to do everything together off the clock. She used to tell me all the time I was the little sister she never had. And my naive ass believed her. And I said, "Oh my God, you're like the big sister I never had." So I used to tell her all my tea. I used to tell her all my business and all the things that I hated about our supervisor. We both had decided that we wanted to be promoted, so we both put in for this one job, and she made sure to let my supervisor know all of the things that I told her in confidence about what I didn't like about my supervisor. And my supervisor made sure that every single day I worked in that department, it was a nightmare. I hated that job. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to find a new job. But no one was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit and I hate my job. For the first time in my life, at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself blessed. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trap feels like no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trap feels. You can try to be positive and optimistic all you want, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's how trap feels. You could try to work some overtime or get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills. But just when you start to have a little bit of a savings account, notice how something always comes up. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It's always something. You can try to pray about it, but it begins to feel like God is ignoring you because you still wake up with the same problems every single day. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I lived like that for 6 years. I used to pull up at that job, I would sit in my car and I would cry before I even clocked in. I started to bring that job home with me. You know what that means? So that means you've clocked out. You should be at home spending time with your family, but you can't be present in those moments because you're replaying all the toxic things they're doing to you at work. These people have taken over your mind. They are living in your head rent free. They have stolen your peace. I used to be so stressed out about money and bills, I couldn't even sleep anymore. I started to have anxiety. You ever had that? I started to become paranoid at my job. They were going to fire me every single day. And I lived like that for 6 years. And to cope with all the depression and the stress and the anxiety, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves. But that quickly spiraled out of control, and I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, then you are already doing something very, very hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit every single day is hard. Crying because you are so miserable is hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. Back then, I didn't have any hobbies, I didn't have any interests. So my life began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat, week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me for being depressed about my life. But no, that is depressing. Anyone would be depressed with a life like that. Ladies, yes, what you're going through is depressing. Yes, it is. But the beauty of an online business is you can monetize anything you want, whatever your heart desires. No, your idea is not stupid. No, your idea is not far-fetched. I don't have to convince you. You can see for yourself. How many times do you scroll on your For You page and see the darndest things? How many times? And you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out how the hell are they getting paid to do that? I know for a fact I can do better than that. You want to know how? You want to know the truth? Okay. Well, the truth is, the reason why they're able to get paid and you're not is because they made the choice to let go of fear. And you choose to keep holding on to it. That's the only difference. And I do want to say one more thing before we move forward because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 40 hours a week or more, you realize you spend more time at work with people you don't even like than you do with your family that loves you. See, I literally worked 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive into the city is over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back. That's 2 hours in the car, 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day gone. It's gone. I'll never get it back. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your children before you have to put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't get to experience the happy version of you because you're not happy. They don't get to experience the peaceful version of you because you're not peaceful. You know what they get? They get the depressed version of you. They get the anxious version of you. They get the stressed version of you. That's not fair. You put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day. Just look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what are you looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day that you get to do what you want. But Sunday, not so much. No, because you have to prepare for the work week, right? So that means you got to cook, you got to clean, you got to go to the grocery store, you got to do laundry. You have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk come Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God that I serve, he loves me, and he loves me a lot. And let me ask you, if he loves me so much, why would he put me on this earth to be hating the very life that he blessed me with? Why would he want me to do that? He didn't. That's not why he put me here. He put me here for a very special reason. And then he allowed me the opportunity to find it. And online business and social media allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. I am here to tell you, he put you here for a very special reason, too. There is something extremely special about you, too. But the problem is, life has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim and then it gets dark. Maybe it was toxic family. Maybe it was toxic friends. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. In my case, it was a toxic job. And that job made me lose my light. But I am here to tell you there's something very special about you. And you can do this. But in order to actually get it done, you have to let go of fear. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. See, I believe the ideas that we get, that's God talking to us. If something inside of you told you to start this, try this, post this, sell this, that's because you can. Okay. If it was truly something that you couldn't do, if it was truly something that you were not capable of, God would never even allow it to cross your mind. He does not plant seeds in environments that cannot harvest them. He gave you that idea because you're more than capable of doing it. But in order to actually get it done, you gotta let go of fear. You have to make the decision that you're going to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. Or you can keep doing what you've been doing. You can keep staying in your comfort zone. You can keep holding on to fear. And you can keep letting fear steal your dream life from you. The choice is yours. You can do this, ladies. But you gotta let go of fear. Okay? Okay. I don't want to hear anything more about fear. Sales tip number 2. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. I'm so glad to have you. We are talking about sales. Sales tip number 2. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, I'm not going to buy it. If they don't know you, they're not going to buy it. And if they don't trust you, they will not buy it. So how do we get people to like us? Okay. We're going to do that through our content. Excuse me, one second. We're going to do that through our content. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, we said content is anything that we upload to social media. So pictures, stories, reels, long form YouTube videos. If you go live, statuses, all of that is content. And in our content, that's how we're going to get the word out about our products and services and how we can help people. Okay. In your content, I need you to be relatable and I need you to be authentic. In other words, I need you to be yourself. Okay. See, people connect with people through emotions. They connect with people that they can resonate with. But a lot of you guys are struggling with building your community because you are trying to create perfect content. But what you're failing to realize is nobody can connect with perfection because nobody is perfect. And then you are not creating content correctly because you're not being yourself, because you're not perfect. So you're being inauthentic by trying to be perfect. So that's why it's not working. Because listen, the community that we build, the viewers, the subscribers, the followers, the commenters, those are the people who will buy our products. And don't you dare let fear take over and try to convince you that no one's going to like you. I'm here to tell you that's impossible. That is impossible because there's 8 billion people in this world. Somebody is bound to like you, okay? And I used to be fearful of that too. Ladies, when you post your content, it goes everywhere. The internet is what connects us all from all over the world, okay? There are people all over this world who need you. You have the very solutions to the problems that they're struggling with, and they need your help. But you're depriving them of that because you won't get out of your head and post the daggone video. I have women inside of Glow Up Academy from all over the world. Okay. There are women in there from Australia, Canada, Jamaica, Barbados, the UK. I'm in the US. I've been in none of those countries before. But I was able to help women from all over the world simply because I decided to show up and be myself and post. What if I allowed fear to take over this morning? Then those of you guys watching wouldn't have been able to receive this message because I wouldn't be live. And then I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing to others because you won't just get out your head. So please, for the love of God, stop doing that. There's a whole world of people out here who need you. And I promise you, they will like you. Okay? Okay. We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to know us? How do we get people to know us? Okay. I need you to go live. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it's the best. And just so we're clear, whether you want to be faceless or front and center, you're going live. Okay. Don't think because you want to be a faceless creator that you get out of going live. You can still go live and be faceless. Now, some of y'all are hard headed as hell and you're going to say, that's great, Jazz, but I don't want to go live. I'm going to just tell you, fine, don't. I told you, I'm not the coach that's going to try to convince you to do anything that you don't want to do. If you don't want to go live, don't. But I do want to remind you that you also said you didn't want to go to work. It amazes me how many people are willing to bust their ass at their job to build wealth for someone else's business. But they absolutely refuse to lock in and spend 30 minutes or an hour building wealth for themselves. And I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself, especially on TikTok. You see creators all day and all night selling. They're selling out everything. All night, all day. They're selling hair, makeup, nails, clothes, digital products. I saw someone, they were selling bean bags, like giant bean bags, and people were buying it. They were selling out. I don't care what time of the day or night you go live because the internet doesn't sleep. Just go live. Now, some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would. I'm not against it. I'm just a little live shy. Okay. For my live shy ladies on this live, the only reason why you're live shy or camera shy or any type of shyness that you might be struggling with is just because you don't have enough experience doing the thing. Okay. It's not because you suck at life. It's not because this isn't meant for you. It's not because you're not good enough. It's simply because you just don't have enough experience doing the thing. We've been on this live for 114 minutes. And if you're still here, one thing I know about people is you trust what I'm saying to be true. If you truly thought I was full of shit, you would have left. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. Anything that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. I don't have to convince you of that. Just look at the results in your own life. Believe it or not, you did not always know how to walk. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You didn't always know how to read and write, but now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You did not always know how to drive or do your job, but you do that just fine now. How? Because you consistently did it. So just imagine what would happen if you consistently went live. Clock it. I can't make this up. I need you to go live. We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust you? There's a reason why I'm telling you to post content consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock, but ladies, people work extremely hard for their money, okay? You work hard. I work hard. Everyone is out here working hard. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, well, then you're going to have to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove our ego and our pride. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And there ain't nothing that anyone can teach you that you don't already know. Okay, fine. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. Keep on thinking that. Just know pride always comes before the fall. Now, for those of y'all who can remove ego and pride, and you recognize that there's room for growth and improvement, I'm speaking to you. First, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your profile and you're going to ask yourself some questions. We have to be honest. I need you to write this down. This is important. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Write that down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Now, ask yourself, is it clear who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? I also need you to ask yourself this. You got to be honest. Take the emotions out. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because you have the power to fix it. So just fix it. Make it clear who you are, what you do, how you can help people, so that when people go to your profile, they know exactly what they can expect to get from you. That is the beauty of life. That is the beauty of business. That is the beauty of everything that we've talked about so far on this live. Anything that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. But the truth is, you make the choice not to. See, I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I've accepted that. I have accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people are not really looking for solutions to their problems. I know that sounds crazy, but that is the truth. Most people are just looking to pass time. They're just looking to complain and vent to anyone who's willing to listen. But the minute you present them with the very solution to the problem that they claim they have, they bail because they were not really looking for help in the first place. They were just looking to waste their time. I'm not here for that at all. I am only here to help the woman who truly, truly, truly wants to change. She has hit her brick wall and she is ready for better. But in order for me to help you change, I have to first make you self aware. Self awareness is key, and most people don't have it. So I have to tell you the truth about yourself and what you've been doing so that we can do better. I want you to be uncomfortable because discomfort is where growth begins. Anything that's not giving you the results that you want in your life, you have the power to fix it, but you make the choice not to. That's something you choose to do every single day. If you are struggling with camera shyness or live shyness, fix it. I already told you how. Start going live consistently. Start being in front of the camera and recording yourself consistently. And you will not be live shy or camera shy for long. And even though I gave you the exact solution to the problem that you claim you have, most of you, as soon as I end this live, the only thing you're going to go do is hop into another one and waste more time. And then you're going to have the audacity to sit there and complain about why you're live shy and camera shy. Well, here's the truth. At that point, that's what you want to be. You want to be camera shy and you want to be live shy. Because if you truly wanted to change that, you would have did the very thing I told you to do to fix it. But you make the choice not to. That's a choice. That is a choice. If you are struggling with confidence or lack thereof, fix it. Just fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you made to yourself. If you told yourself that you were going to create content, create the content. If you told yourself that you were going to start a business, then just start the business. If you told yourself that you were going to sell your products, then sell them already. If you told yourself that you were going to lose weight, then lose the daggone weight. And even though I gave you the exact solution to the problem that you claim you have, most of you, as soon as you get off of this, since I end this live, all you're going to do is hop into another live. And you're going to sit around and complain about the problems that you have and why you're so insecure. Well, at that point, that's a choice. You want to be insecure because I told you exactly how to fix your insecurities and you choose not to do it, which lets me know you weren't really looking for help. You were just looking to waste more of your precious, valuable time. And that is the problem. That is the problem. That right there. A lot of you guys have fallen into this toxic loop of watching. And you have convinced yourself that by watching, you're doing something. You really believe deep down in your soul that watching people talk about a business is starting a business. No, it's not. You really believe deep down in your soul that watching people talk about building confidence and creating content, that you're doing something. The only thing you're doing is wasting your time. That is the only thing you are doing. You do not get a business by watching people talk about a business. You know how I got my business? I got my business by getting off of these apps and doing the very thing that I'm supposed to do, recording the videos, posting the videos, getting on live, selling the products, doing the thing. It amazes me how many people would rather talk about the thing, they'll journal about the thing, they'll hope about the thing, they'll pray about the thing, they'll manifest about the thing, they'll tell everybody and their mama about the thing, but they won't just do the thing. They'll do everything except the thing. And a lot of y'all have convinced yourself that by journaling about the thing that you're manifesting the thing. You're not. Stop journaling. There is nothing left for you to journal. There is nothing left for you to write down. The only thing that is left for you to do is the thing. But the problem is your comfort zone is journaling. Your comfort zone is watching. Your comfort zone is hopping from live to live, YouTube video to YouTube video. In order for you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, that's going to require you to literally do the thing. And you don't want to do that part. You would rather waste your precious, valuable time doing everything except the literal thing. And that's the problem. I keep telling you, get off of these apps. All of this doom scrolling that you're doing, all of this watching these lives that you're doing is just wasting your time. All of your favorite creators are not sitting around watching lives. They're hosting their own. And then when they're done hosting their own life, they get off of these apps and they're living their life. But you've missed that part. You're not seeing it. You are not seeing how much time you are wasting by sitting and watching. For those of you guys who are repeat watchers of my content, I appreciate the fact that you watch my YouTube videos. I appreciate the fact that you help me run up an AdSense check. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't want any of my viewers to sit and watch me. If you are going to listen to me, you better be listening in motion. I want you to be walking and getting your steps while you have me in your ear. I want you to be driving to work while you have me on your Bluetooth. I want you to be meal prepping your food for the week while you're listening to me. If you're going to listen to me, you better be setting up your content, your station, so that you can record your own damn content. I never want you to just be sitting on the couch or laying in bed listening to me, because honestly, I'm not doing anything for you at that point. And I'd rather you not waste your time listening to me. I want you in motion, not stagnant. Your comfort zone is stealing your dream life from you. Okay? Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the people that you talk to, it's the environments that you frequent, it's the content that you watch, it's the excuses that you make, it's the distractions that you have, it's the vices that you keep in your life. Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. But have you noticed that the results you're looking for are not in your comfort zone? The financial freedom that you claim you want so badly, not in your comfort zone. The business that you claim you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. The peace that you claim you want so much, it's not in your comfort zone. The sales that you claim you want to make so badly. It's not in your comfort zone. If it was, you would already be doing it. You would already be doing it. And you wouldn't be here. You would not be here. But you're here because this is your comfort zone. And that comfort zone that you refuse to leave is the very thing that is keeping you stuck. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is keeping you depressed. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is keeping you broke. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is keeping you insecure. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is keeping you from living the life that you claim you want to live. And in order to live the life that you claim you want to live, that's going to require you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, do something a little bit different. Every single day, you should be doing something a little bit different. Just do 20 minutes. Instead of scrolling on social media for 4 hours, just scroll for 3.5. And then take those other 30 minutes that you would have been wasting time and do something with the precious, valuable time that you were blessed with. And if you just do that every single day, slowly but surely, you will start to live the life that you've always wanted to live. Some of you guys are so afraid to mess up. You're so afraid to post because you don't want to look stupid. You don't want to fail. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you the truth. Entrepreneurship is nothing but mess ups. I tell you what, you will mess up 50 times a day. And then you're going to get up tomorrow and you're going to mess up 50 more times. And then you're going to get up the next day and you're going to mess up again and again and again and again. You're going to fall down, but you're going to get back up. You're going to fall down again. You're going to get back up. You're going to try something. It's not going to work. And you're going to pivot and try something else. And it's still not going to work. And then you're going to sit there and second guess why you're chasing what you're chasing. But guess what? You're still going to chase it anyways. And I promise you that eventually you will get to the results that you want. This is messy. No entrepreneur wants to tell you that. They want to sit here and pretend that it's just all lavish vacations and just all this money. No, it's a whole bunch of getting up and doing something that you don't feel like doing. It's a whole bunch of getting up and failing and then getting up again. But it will always be worth it. You want to know why? Because in the process, you learn yourself. In the process, you become better. In the process, you get better. I'm nothing like who I used to be. I'm not even close. I embrace sucking. You are supposed to suck. Let me tell you, look at LeBron James. Look at LeBron James. Best NBA player ever, of all time. Do you really think he came out of his mom's womb being the best NBA player? No. The first time he had a basketball, he sucked. He sucked for years. What you see now is a result of 30 years worth of work. 30 years. Matter of fact, 40 years. I think he's almost 40 years old. That was 40 years of practice. Some of y'all don't even want to do a day. And you're afraid to post because you want to be the best in your first hour on your first try. The level of delusion. You are delusional. You are going to suck. And you're going to suck for a very long time. But you're going to embrace it. And you're going to keep getting better every single day. And that's okay. You're supposed to suck. You're supposed to be trash. But guess what? Every day that you show up, you're going to get a little better. You're going to get a little better every single day. And one day you'll look back at your old videos and you will be so proud of your progress. You won't even recognize the old videos anymore because you're so past it. Because every day you decide to show up and suck and get better. You're going to have days, you're going to have months where you're going to get 0 views. 0. They don't want to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. You will post YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video. And you want to know how many people are going to watch that YouTube video? Zero. Zero. You will get on live and you will have zero people. Zero. Maybe one. And they're going to leave 10 seconds later. And you'll be right back at zero. But you know what? You're going to get on live again the next day. And you'll still have zero people. And then you're going to get on live again the next day. And the next day after that. And the next day after that. And the next week after that. And then you'll have 2 viewers. And you're going to still keep going. Because I promise you this, the people who keep going, those are the people who end up with a room of 5 people. Those are the people who end up with a room of 50 people, then 100. Nobody had a room full of 200 people on their first live. The level of delusion is crazy. They're not telling you that, but I'm telling you that. How do I know? Because I've been doing this for 6 years. That's how I know. They don't want to tell you that because then you're not going to want to buy their stuff. I don't care if you buy my course or not, because I still have a business outside of this. So I really don't care what you do. I really don't care. But I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is, you're still going to keep going. You're going to keep going. And eventually, you will get to the results that you've always wanted. That is the truth. One thing I've noticed about society today is we've become extremely entitled. The level of entitlement is at an all-time high. And most people don't even realize how entitled they are. But I'm going to let you know. See, a lot of you guys believe deep down in your soul that you are entitled to time. And you've convinced yourself that if you don't start today, you're entitled to tomorrow. And if you don't start tomorrow, you can just start next week. And if you don't start next week, yeah, I'll start next month. And if you don't start next month, you really believe you're entitled to next year. You have truly convinced yourself that you are entitled to all this time. And I'm confused as hell. Because the last time I checked, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So how do you know you'll always have tomorrow? Who told you that? How can you be so sure? Entitlement. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. And you don't know how much time you have. That's the scary truth. We all know we have an expiration date. You just don't know when it is. But instead of you living life that you have today to the fullest, instead of you filling your day only being around people who value and respect you, you choose to be around people who disrespect the hell out you. Instead of you using the time that you are blessed with, pouring into yourself and doing things that make you happy, you choose to always give, and overgive to others. Instead of you walking in your purpose and showing up every day, just working and building something, you choose to waste your time scrolling on social media. Instead of you keeping the promises that you make to yourself with the time that you are blessed with, you choose to make excuses. You choose to procrastinate. Why? Why do that? Every day that you're blessed with is a blessing and another opportunity to work towards your goals. And you choose to just throw it away. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have as much time as you think you do. You can feel entitled all you want, but you are not entitled to time. And time is your most precious valuable asset. It's not money. See, some of y'all don't want to believe that. Some of y'all think your most precious, valuable time is asset, is money. No, it's not. It is time. It is your time. You could lose $50 today, but guess what? You can still make 50 more. Sure, it might take you a few hours. Sure, you'll be irritated and pissed. Who wouldn't be? Who truly wants to lose $50? But guess what? You can still make it back. But if you lose your time, you don't get not 1 second of that back. The only thing you get is regret, shame, guilt, resentment. Those are heavy emotions to carry with you every single day. And those emotions will weigh you down. They will destroy you. But that's what you choose. Because you keep choosing to waste your precious, valuable time. And look, I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. Be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say, wow, I can't believe it's 8:30 in the morning. Wow. I can't believe it's May 2026. Wow. I can't believe I'm 35 years old. Or insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that every day. So you can already see for yourself how quickly time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. You're going to have to change that. You're going to have to change you. Because who you are today doesn't align with who you want to become. I'm going to assume, this is an assumption, but I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of yourself that is extremely confident in who you are. I'm going to assume that she want to be the version of you who follows through with the things she says she's going to do for herself. See, you'll do it for others, but you never do it for you. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of you that's running your business confidently, posting your content, and not worrying about what people think of you. I'm going to assume that you want standards and boundaries for your life. I'm going to assume that you want to be able to cut people off who are using and abusing you and not feel bad about it, and only pour into people who pour back into you. I'm going to assume that's the version of you that you want to become. And listen, you can become that version. That version is already within you. However, it is buried under the fear. It is buried under the procrastination. It is buried under the limiting beliefs. It is buried under the comfort zone that you refuse to leave. And until you change those things about you, I promise you this, you will never become that version. No, you won't. Because who you are today doesn't align with that. You can be that, but in order to become that, you are going to have to change. You are going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and recognize that you are the reason why. I don't do victimhood, not on any of my platforms. I will never allow you to play the victim card. I don't care what you're going through. You are not a victim, and you have way more control and way more power than you give yourself credit for. Yes, life may be hard. I'm not taking that from you. But guess what? You can get yourself through it. You are not a victim. You are empowered. And there is always something to learn. And there is always something that you can do better to not have to deal with what you're going through again in the future. There is always a lesson to be made. You are not a victim. One of the toughest reality pills that I had to swallow on my own journey, and this is tough. This is going to shatter your ego. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. I told you guys I used to be 100 pounds overweight. Well, my obesity was a direct reflection of the choices I made. It was a direct reflection of the foods I chose to eat, and it was a direct reflection of the exercises I chose not to do. At the end of the day, I did it to myself. That's the truth. That is the cold, hard truth. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. For the longest time, I thought the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck when I had that 9 to 5 I hated so much was because I just didn't make enough money. And if I just made more, then that problem would go away. Nope. I'm going to tell you the truth. See, I've self-developed. I've really looked at myself in the mirror and recognized that I was the reason why I was going through the things I was going through. And the truth is, the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was because I was living above my means. That's the truth. I was buying cars that I couldn't afford. I was living in apartments that I couldn't afford. And as a result, I got the stress that comes with that. I did that to myself. I made poor financial decisions. And those decisions cost me my peace. That's the truth. Now, some of y'all might be like, Jazz, I hear you. People do live above their means, but how is my finances a direct reflection of the choices I made? Times are hard. How can I get ahead in this economy when food prices, gas prices, and rent prices are this high? Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm going to tell you why. Ladies, stop. Times have been hard. True or false? Rent prices, gas prices, food prices have been on the rise for years. This did not happen last night. But every day, you make the choice to do nothing about it. Because let's be real, you already knew what an ebook was. I didn't teach you that. I might have gave you some new prompts, but you already had prompts because you've already been on other people's lives. You've already watched other YouTube videos. You knew how to make an ebook before you arrived here today. I did not teach you that. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started that YouTube channel 4 months ago. Listen, you already knew YouTube was paying creators to make videos. I didn't teach you that. You knew that already. You've already watched countless YouTube videos on how to monetize your YouTube channel. You could have started that YouTube channel 4 months ago. It could be monetized today. Monetizing a YouTube channel does not take as long as you're making it. The only reason why it's taking you years to do it is because you won't just do it. You could have started that TikTok last month. You would be building your community today. And your community, your viewers, your commenters, your subscribers Those are the people who buy your products. But every day, you make the choice not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to talk about what's not fair and what's not going to work for you. You choose to procrastinate. You choose to tell yourself what you can't do. You choose to do all of the things except the one thing that'll change your entire life forever, which is start. You refuse to start. You refuse to execute the information that you've already learned and just do it. And until you change that, nothing that we're talking about this morning even applies to you. It doesn't even apply because you won't stop watching and you won't just do. Some of y'all talk, and you talk some more, and then you talk more, and then you got to tell all your friends, all your ideas, but you won't just shh and do it. Just do it. And look, I'm not perfect at all, okay? The version of me that you guys see today is a reflection of the changes that I've made. I'm nothing like who I used to be. I told you guys, I used to be 100 pounds overweight. And for years, I used to yo-yo diet. So what that means is I would lose 20, gain 30, lose 40, gain 60. I could never keep the weight off. And year after year, I was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I had made it obvious to myself that obviously I don't know how to lose weight and keep it off. If I knew what I was doing, I would have done it already. So I decided to do something different. I told you guys the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So I decided to do something different. I decided to hire a personal trainer. Changed my life. Changed my life. Not only did I lose 100 pounds that go around, I have since kept the weight off for 4 years. Listen, birds of a feather flock together. The apple does not fall too far from the tree. You are a reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I know you may not want to hear this, but you attract what you are. Some of y'all might be like, no, I'm nothing like my friend. No, you're just like her. You are just like your friend. Because if you weren't, y'all wouldn't be able to get along. There would always be tension. But believe it or not, you guys share similar mindsets. Y'all have similar habits and similar beliefs. My whole family is obese. And all of my friends at that time were obese. So it's just a whole bunch of obese people giving obese advice about how to lose weight. It doesn't work. My personal trainer was the first person in my adult life who I knew that was a healthy weight. He showed me that no matter what you're going through in life, you still have to move your body or you will gain weight. He showed me that no matter how busy life gets, I still have to eat most of my food at home or you will gain weight. He showed me how to prioritize myself. Now, the friends that I have, we're all in shape. We all prioritize health and wellness. That's the standard. I look at some of my friends, I'm like, damn, I gotta get like her. I'm trying to get my 6-pack like her. She's on it. You gotta change your environment. You gotta change the people you talk to. You gotta grow. I used to procrastinate. Oh, yeah. My motto was, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow? In other words, I'll just start later. But later never showed up. Later never showed up. I used to be scary as hell, living in fear. Notice the fears that we hold on to. These aren't even things that have actually happened. You realize that, right? You are working yourself up for worst case scenario. That's what you're doing. It hasn't even happened. Why do we do that? Why is our mindset never, well, I'm going to post because I really want to post. And then you post the video. Now you feel good about yourself. So then you want to do it again and again and again. And in the process of doing it over and over again, not only are you getting better, but your platforms are growing. Now people are watching your videos and now you're selling your products, which is what you always wanted to do in the first place. But instead, you want to hold on to fears and worst case scenarios that haven't even happened. It's all in your head, but you hold on to it. I used to be my biggest bully to myself. I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. The things I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. You know, I used to call myself stupid on a daily basis. Yeah, I used to call myself stupid. Let me ask you, how was I going to be a successful entrepreneur when I'm telling myself every single day how stupid I am? That wasn't going to work. I had to change that. Lady, your internal world is a reflection of your external. Okay. If you speak to yourself negatively in here, I know for a fact you have people in your real life that disrespect the hell out you. But it makes sense because that's how you treat yourself. If you have chaos going on in here, no structure, I know for a fact your life is chaotic as hell. You got some new drama with you every single day. But again, that makes sense because that's what you got going on in here. Change your thoughts, change your life. Put some respect on your name. Start telling yourself that you are smart. Start telling yourself that you are more than capable. Start telling yourself that everything you touch turns to gold. Stop disrespecting yourself. It's not getting you anywhere. If it was, you would already have the business. The biggest distraction that I struggled with in my own journey was alcohol abuse. And I told you guys I started that toxic habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, well, then all that would just go away. Ladies, your problems don't just go away, okay? If you don't intentionally fix them, they will just get worse. My obesity was just getting worse. If I didn't fix it 4 years ago, I was 340 pounds. If I didn't fix that 4 years ago, who knows how big I'd be today? I could probably be pushing about 500 pounds. My alcohol abuse was just getting worse. See, at least when I had my job, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. Well, I quit my job during COVID. Everything was shut down. I had nothing but time to get drunk. And see, I just quit my job on a whim. Okay. I didn't have any money saved up for real. I had just bought a house a few months prior. I just put in my 2 week notice. I was out the door. I couldn't take it anymore. I had been there for 6 years. I was turning 30 in a few months. I was like, you know what? F this job. I'm out. And I also believe that God was pushing me out. Like it was something inside of me, inside of my spirit that just kept saying, the time is now, the time is now, the time is now. So I quit. Put in my 2 week notice. I was gone. And my plan was I was going to live off of my stimulus for a few months while I built my business. Now, I don't have any kids. Okay. So my stimulus check was not that much. I only had about $2,000 to my name. And my mortgage at that time was $1,900. So the math won't math from the jump. But I didn't care. I left. So I'm at home trying to make all this make sense. I'm trying to build this business. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm watching TikTok lives about digital products and monetizations, platforms, algorithms, all the things. But it's not working. Nobody's watching my videos and nobody's buying my stuff. See, I had a lot of ego back then. I had a lot of ego. My ego was through the roof. Okay. Back then, it was never me. Okay. I was never the problem. I was perfect as is. So if there was ever an issue, it was always something or someone else, but it wasn't me. Okay. I never could look at myself in the mirror and recognize that I was the reason why things weren't going the way I needed it to go. It was always someone else. Okay. And so my mind, I'm like, well, why am I not selling anything? It must be YouTube. YouTube doesn't like me. That's why. It must be Instagram. Instagram doesn't like me. That's why. But it's not me. See, I was convincing myself that I was being productive and doing what I could do, but I wasn't because I was always drunk. I was always drunk. I was not posting content consistently. I was not going live. Then I started blaming God. I'm like, God, you told me to quit. I quit and I'm running out of money. I already missed a mortgage payment. If I miss another, they're going to start trying to foreclose on my house. I was stressed and I was pissed. I couldn't admit to myself back then that I had a drinking problem. I couldn't say that out loud. The level of embarrassment, shame, and guilt I would feel, oh no. My ego couldn't handle it. So I just continued to lie to myself some more. And I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Because, see, in my mind back then, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So if I just wait till after 11 a.m., even though I drink all day, every day, I'm not an alcoholic to them to talk about. I don't have a problem. What? I cannot make this up. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't run from yourself. Eventually, you're going to hit a brick wall. And eventually, God is going to force you to listen. Now, I believe God is within you. You have God within you. I have God within me. He's not outside of you. You actually start running into problems when you start looking for him outside of you. I've noticed that we tend to avoid listening to God by having these distractions. Because deep down inside, you know exactly what you should be doing. You know deep down inside who you should cut off. But we will distract ourselves to avoid listening. No? I believe that the ideas we get, that comes from God. That intuition, that gut feeling that we get comes from God. And if you truly listen to God, well, let me ask you, how many ideas did God give you last year to try and you didn't even try? You don't listen. If you do, well, then let me ask you, how many times do you go against your gut feeling just to find out later you were right? We never want to listen. We will distract ourselves to avoid listening. But eventually, he's going to make you listen. And I'll never forget. I was sitting in my bed, crying, terrified that I was going to lose my house. I said, God, I worked so hard for this house. All the overtime I worked to get this down payment money, they're going to take it from me because I don't have it. And God said, Jazz, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have been begging for a business for years, which is true. I had been. He said, the opportunity is literally right in front of you and you're wasting it. So, what are we going to do? Are you going to keep doing what you've been doing? Or are we going to fix it? Are we going to change? I decided to fix it. I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. Haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. I am done. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. My platforms started growing. I started making sales. All because I decided to change. For the first time in my life, I started to feel good about myself. I started to say nice things to myself. I started telling myself how amazing I am, how proud I am of myself, that I'm really smart, that I'm actually really good at making content, all because I decided to change. I started to have this confidence in myself that I never had before because I decided to change. See, what a lot of people fail to realize, and what I didn't realize back then, was this: in order to get something, you're going to have to give up something. In order to get something, you have to give something up. You cannot have both. In order for me to lose 100 pounds, I had to give up fast food. I had to give up soda. But you know what I got in return? I got my health back. No more high blood pressure. No more prediabetes. All because I gave those things up. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging God to give me for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up fear. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. He gave me everything I asked for and more. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60,000 a year to replace the 9 to 5 that I quit. And I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you can help me make $45,000 a year, I'll make it work. I'll cut the cable off. Please just help me get about this job. God gave me 6 figures. I just asked God for 1,000 Instagram followers because I don't even know 5 people in real life. So I'm like, shit, if I get 1,000 people to follow me, wow. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for just a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling sorry for myself. God gave me a lot of confidence. I think very highly of myself. I keep all of the promises that I make to myself, all because I decided to change. See, the woman I was back then didn't align with who I wanted to become. I always wanted to be this version of me. This version of me, very confident, follows through with everything that she says she's going to do. This version goes off of the plan and not the mood. This version knows how to cut people off who use and abuse. I know how to put myself first in my own life, and I don't feel bad about it. This version of me sticks to everything, has standards, and prioritizes herself. But I was never going to be this version until I changed who I was. This version of me was always within, but it was buried under the fear. It was buried under the limiting beliefs. It was buried under the procrastination, the comfort zone. All of those things I had to let go of to become this. See, a lot of times we delay our own blessings. We have already told God time and time again what we want. He heard you. You've already told him what side of town you want to live on. You already told him what kind of vacations you want to take your family on. You already told him what kind of financial freedom you want. And you already told him how much money you want to leave your kids when you're no longer here. He heard you, and he is ready to bless the hell out you. But the problem is, he gives us free will. So what that means is you can do whatever the hell you want to do. He's not going to stop you. So if you want to waste 5 years of your life, he'll let you. He won't stop you. If you want to waste 20 years of your life, he will let you. Some people never receive all of their blessings because they refuse to change. But when you do change, when you do listen, when you do become obedient, he gives you everything on a silver platter. And sure, maybe change is hard. Maybe it is. Okay. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Going to a job every day that drains your spirit is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me, I know. Robbing Patrice to pay Paula, making payment arrangement after payment arrangement is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Crying every day because you are so unhappy with the way things are going right now. You're so stressed is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Knowing deep down in your soul, you can feel it in your spirit that there is something better for you and you're not living it, that's hard. See, I've lived both hards, and I will always choose this one because at least this heart comes with peace. This heart comes with freedom. This heart comes with purpose. This heart comes with confidence. This heart comes with happiness. This heart comes with the income that you need to live the life that you want. I keep telling you, if you even thought the thought, that's because you can. Those ideas that you get telling you to post this, try this, do this, launch this, that's God talking to you. He talks to you all day. If it was truly something that you couldn't do, if it was truly out of reach for you, it wouldn't have even have crossed your mind. But it did, because you are more than capable of doing it. But in order to actually get it done, you're going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to decide to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. Or you can keep doing what you've been doing and keep getting the results that you've been getting. The choice is always yours. You are going to have to change. You are holding yourself back. You have got to change. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I can't help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, then fine. Keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing you. But if you're not 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, and you want to change it, then I want to help you. Inside of Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to start and run your online business. Everything that you need is inside of Glow Up Academy. Maybe you want to sell your products on TikTok Live, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. Maybe you want to monetize your platform so you can get paid to post. Maybe you want to monetize your YouTube channel, your Instagram, your Facebook. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. All of my platforms are monetized. Maybe you don't want to make an ebook. I know that's what we talked about this morning, but maybe you have a different vision. Maybe you want to create an e-course, or maybe you want to do a private community. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glow Up Academy. But not only am I going to teach you how to start your online business, most importantly, I'm going to teach you how to build you. Mhm. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your consistency every single day. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your discipline every single day. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your confidence every single day. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to start making you a priority in your own life. Yes, we do all have 24 hours, but we do not all have the same responsibilities. Inside Globe Academy, you and I are going to figure out what's going to work best for you and your schedule with your responsibilities, and we're going to build around that. Globe Academy is the space where not only do you build your online business, but it's the space where not only do you start, you actually become the woman who follows through. Before I let you join, a couple of things. First, I only let 10 people in at a time, okay? Because believe it or not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product, but no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, but I told y'all earlier, we got to lock in on one. Money flows where energy goes. You're spreading yourself way too thin. You're overcomplicating things, and that's why nothing's getting done. So we're going to choose your one most favorite idea, the top of the top, the creme de la creme. And we're going to build that one. And once that one is making money, then we'll reach back into the pile and pull up another idea to go with the one you're already growing. Some of you guys have no clue what it is you want to do. No worries, we'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't want to start a business yet, or if at all. There's other things you want to work on. Maybe you want to work on your confidence. Maybe you want to work on prioritizing yourself. Maybe you want to work on weight loss. Whatever it is that you want to do, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me because I want to make sure that I'm able to pour into you the way that you deserve. I actually sit down and we create a plan specifically for you and your goals and your responsibilities. Okay. So that's why I cap it at 10. Something else, I only want to help people who want it. I'm not here to force you, I'm not here to convince you. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay. Because I only want to help people who want it. All right. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to join. Deep down inside, you already know I can help you. That's why you're still here. If you didn't think I was capable of helping you, you would have left. So stop overthinking and just move. Because once that 10-minute timer goes off, we're done. And I'm not accepting any more people. Okay? Globe Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside, you are inside forever. You will always have access to all of the information that's in there already and what I update every single month because things are always changing, right? Like the algorithms, sales, stuff like that always changes. So you will always have access to that. You will also always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live inside of there. You will also always have access to ask me any questions that you have. My inbox is always available to you. I respond to all of my students, and I'm also consistently checking in with you to make sure that we are doing the things that we're supposed to do. I am your life coach, so I'm going to always make sure that we're locking in. I'm going to hold you accountable. And if things are not working, we're going to fix it right away. We're not going to let months go by of no motion. Absolutely not, because your time is valuable. Okay. Because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, you're inside forever. There's no monthly dues or fees. It's $5.97 and it's worth every single penny. Women join at $5.97 every single day. However, because you guys were present on this live, you asked questions, you took notes, and most importantly, you promised you were going to execute. I'm going to take the lifetime access price down, and it will stay down for the next 10 minutes. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break it up so you can still get in while it's lower. But once that 10-minute timer goes off, the price will go back up to $5.97 and you can enter at $5.97 if you like. Okay? Before I let y'all join though, one more thing, I want to show you this. Okay. All right. For those of you guys who are not familiar with the Skool platform, there's an inbox icon right here. Okay. As soon as I get off of this live, so in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be sending you a message because I want to know more about you. I want to know what you're struggling with. What business ideas do you have, if you have any? What is something you would like to accomplish within the next 7 days, 30 days? Because we create a plan for you. All right. So I need you to make sure you respond to my message. Okay. Some of you guys, I know you might be at work or you're about to go to work or you got stuff to do with your family today. That's fine. But before you go to bed, I need you to take some time and respond to my message. I can't help if I don't know what is broken, okay? The quicker you respond to me, the quicker we can start executing and getting you to where you want to be. So please make sure you respond. Again, there's an inbox icon here, and you will see a red one next to it because my message is waiting for your reply, okay? I also need you to be consistently checking with the inbox because I'm always checking in on you. Okay. So if something's not working or if you fell off or whatever happened, we're going to quickly get you back on. Lives, right? Life is always going to life. But I take my job very serious. I really want to see you succeed, but I can't help you if you don't let me know what's not working. Okay. So please make sure you're always checking your inbox and giving me updates so that we can always progress. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and then I'll show YouTube. Y'all's instructions are a little bit different, so just hang tight for a few seconds. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, and just so you guys know, I am on 2 lives. TikTok, I'm on 2 TikTok lives, okay? You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top. You're gonna come to my profile. Now, the one that says tired of your own BS, let's fix it. You guys are on my backup account. So the profile pictures don't look like this, but the link is still gonna be the same. Okay. Sorry, I got the mirror on. There's a link right here that says stand.store. You're going to click on that. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. And it has been marked down from $5.97 to $3.49. It will stay $3.49 for the next 10 minutes. And then I will be taking the price back up to $5.97. Okay. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You guys, this is very important. The email address that you put in is where everything is going, okay? You're going to be receiving 2 emails. The first email comes from Stan. That is just the order confirmation email, okay? The second email is going to come from Jasmine Spencer. That is me. And it's going to say, Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glow Up Academy. I want you to open that email. You will see a yellow button that says join now. Click on it and you will have full access inside of Glow Up Academy. Okay. But I need you to quadruple check that email address that you put in, because sometimes the autocorrect gets you where you might misspell Gmail by accident. So I need to know so that we can fix it. Okay. So quadruple check that. Oopsies. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up right here at the bottom. And then you're going to click on this blue button that says start my glow up. And within 30 seconds, 10 seconds really, but we'll give it 30. Within 30 seconds, you will receive that very first email from Stan. Okay. YouTube, and you guys do not leave my live until you confirm to me that you received everything, because I don't know what your email is supposed to be to know if there was a spelling mistake or not. If you did not get the email, there was a spelling mistake, but no worries, we'll fix it right here on live. So you will still get to where you need to go. I just need you to let me know that you got it and that you are fully inside and there's no technical difficulties. Okay. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a tad bit different. You're going to leave my live and come to my channel and then click where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Same thing. It is marked down to $3.49. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name. Quadruple check that email address for me. You can use Afterpay or Klarna and then click the Start My Glow Up. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer now. Abby, let me send you yours. Abby, I see you. You guys, please don't leave. Good morning. Please do not leave until you let me know that you are fully inside. I like to know. Everyone is where they're supposed to be. And I want you to actually join. Don't just tell me you got the email, join, because as soon as I get off of this live, I'm going to be messaging you. I can't message you if you're not actually inside. Okay, so I should be seeing that member count go up. Abby, check your email for me, please. I'm not sure if you're on YouTube or TikTok, but I see you. So you should have that. Also, for my Gmail people, sometimes the second email, the one that says Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Globe Academy, a few students have told me that email sometimes ends up in your promotional tab. I've also seen it end up in your spam folder. So check both. Check the promotional, check the spam. Okay? Okay. Abby, I'm waiting for you. All right, we have a few minutes left, so let's go ahead and knock out some of our affirmations this morning. Give me 1 second. Abby, Abby, Abby. And we have to get out of this watching loop, you guys. Some of y'all, I don't know. Some of y'all love to watch, and you convinced yourself that watching is wasting time. You've watched enough lives. Some of you guys have been on my lives multiple times. Glad to see you back. But at this point, if you're not going to join Globe Academy, I at least want you making your content. This is what I mean by the watching loop. Watching. No. It's time to do. And do some more. And then do some more. Not watch. Okay? Let's see, where we at? I am confident in my abilities. I am confident in my abilities. Perfect, Abby. Let me check. Hold on, I don't see you inside yet. I actually want you to join. So Go to that second email that says Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glow Up Academy and click on that yellow button for me. Okay. I didn't see that member count go up. I needed to go up. That's how I know you are actually inside. Okay. I need you actually inside, please. Okay. I need you inside. So I'll wait for that. I am confident in my abilities. I am confident in my abilities. You better be. You better be confident in them abilities. Ladies, confidence and lack thereof. Having confidence will allow you to have the most amazing life. Lack of confidence will make you have a depressing life. Confidence is who you think you are. The problem is a lot of people don't think highly of themselves because they don't keep promises that they make to themselves. You have to have confidence in order to run a successful business. Now, of course, that confidence is built over time. You don't just wake up one day with it. But you have to think highly of yourself. You have to know that you're adding value. You have to know that you can achieve anything you put you have to know these things. This is not up for negotiation because if you don't believe that, well, then you're not going to post content because in your mind, you're like, well, there's no point. I'm not adding value. I want to start a business, but I don't think I'm capable of it, so I'm just not. You have to keep the promises that you make to yourself. It's not up for discussion. So if you're not doing that, well, then what are you going to change it? What are you going to do to change it? You're going to watch about it some more? You're going to journal about it some more? You'll get another notebook from Amazon and get a pretty pink pen and write it down some more? No. You're going to do it. You have to do it. There's a disconnect between watching and doing. You have to do it. Okay? You have to do it. Let's see, next one. I take action towards my goals every day. You better be. I take action towards my goals every day. So, are we creating the content? Are we locking in and finishing that product? Are we going live? Are we talking about our offer? What are we doing? Or are we watching TikTok lives? Are we watching more YouTube videos? Are we asking ChatGPT more questions about leveling up? That's not going to help you. The best teacher is execution. The best teacher is messing up and doing it again, and then messing up again, and then doing it again, and then messing up 5 more times, and then doing it again 20 more times. I cannot make this up. Yes, let me show you. You're on YouTube. YouTube, you're going to leave the live. You're going to come to my YouTube channel and then click where it says stand.store right here in my bio. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Again, it's in markdown at 349. It'll say 349 for the next 2 minutes. Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then click this blue button that says start my glow up. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, TikTok. You're going to leave or click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Don't forget, you guys, I am on 2 TikTok lives. So this one is my main one. The one that says tired of your own BS. Y'all are on my backup account, so the pictures don't look like this, but the link is still the same. You can click where it says stand.store. And then here we are, same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through. Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that up. And then click that blue button that says start my glow up, okay? Abby, I see you. You're inside. We're good to go there. And hold on. Trinity. Trinity, I'm not sure if you're on YouTube or TikTok. Can you check your email for me, please? Trinity. Okay. And actually join Trinity. Don't forget to check your spam. Don't forget to check your promotional tab. Okay. All right, we got a few more seconds. Let's just do another one. I'm trying to find one that we haven't done in a while. Progress, not perfection, is my goal. Progress, not perfection, is my goal. Progress, not perfection, is my goal. Because one, you're not perfect, so it'll never be perfect. No matter how long you try, it's still not going to be perfect. It's about progress, getting one step closer every single day, just doing something a little bit different. And you look back 2 weeks later and you've already posted 5 videos. You look back 5 months later and you've made your first 200, 500, however much dollars. You look back a year later and you've grown your platform. You look back later and you have reviews and testimonials of people telling you how much you've helped them, all because you just decide to focus on progress, not perfection. I cannot make this up. That perfectionist crap that we keep in our head is the very thing that's keeping you stagnant. It will never be perfect. You've got to just move forward. You have to decide to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, do something a little bit different, and slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. Or you can keep watching, you can keep journaling, keep manifesting, and also just keep staying where you're staying. Okay. Make sure you guys follow me if you haven't already. That was our timer. Make sure you subscribe. For those of you guys who joined Globe Academy, I'm hopping in now. Give me about 5 minutes and you'll be receiving a message from me. Trinity, I don't see you yet. Trinity. Uh, Hold on, let me refresh my page. Okay, I see her. For those of you guys who didn't, I'm glad you guys are happy with the results that you guys have been getting. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe if you haven't already. For those of you guys who joined, I'm hopping in now. For the rest of you guys, have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. Thank you guys so